My next guest is a Democratic member of the House Judiciary Committee, Congresswoman Karen Bass, California, chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, who was also in attendance last night. Congresswoman, how did you understand the line about war and investigation? What was he saying?
Well, I think that he was essentially threatening that if we were going to move forward and do our responsibility as members of Congress, that he was not going to cooperate with any legislation. It was another juvenile response and clearly an example of the fact that after 2 years in the job, he still doesn't understand that we are a co-equal branch of government and that one of our primary responsibilities is oversight of his administration. The problem, Chris, is that for the last 2 years, he's had no oversight. So he thinks we're harassing him when actually we're doing our job.
Matt Whitaker is set to testify before your committee this week, I believe on Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's right.
What are you expecting there? This is someone who is the most powerful law enforcement official in the United States of America, runs the Department of Justice, has not been confirmed in the Senate, is the subject of multiple lawsuits, and hasn't really said much in his tenure.
Exactly. And so one of the things we want to know is he willing and is he committed to doing his job? And so if he's committed to doing his job, then he needs to recuse himself because remember, he was on the air talking for months and months before he got the position with the DOJ that he did not believe that a president should be investigated, a president could be indicted, et cetera, and also didn't believe that the Mueller investigation made a lot of sense. So the question is, until we have a permanent attorney general, will this attorney general follow the law?
Are you confident that he has not, are you confident, A, the president has not interfered with him? There's reporting the president berated him after one of the Michael Cohen filings. There's questions about whether he has exercised any undue influence down the line, whether that's the Mueller probe or the Southern District. Are you confident he hasn't?
I don't have an ounce of confidence. I really don't. I mean, I don't know why we would expect that he would. One thing about the president is that if you attempt to do your job as a member of the cabinet, he berates you publicly. He talks about you, he calls you names, et cetera. And he's been radio silent about this guy. And so that's one of the reasons why we would like for him to come before the committee.
Oh, you think, that's interesting. You think the lack of rage tweeting about Attorney General Whitaker as compared to Jeff Sessions is essentially a tell out in the public that Whitaker is doing his bidding.
Isn't that his pattern? I mean, I think that has been his pattern with anybody that has criticized him. You know, again, I mean, 24 months in the job, he still thinks that he's running a company. He is supposed to be running a government, which means that the people that work around him, you know, the head of the Justice Department works for the United States.
Yeah.
It's not his personal law firm. And that's what he struggles with. He struggles with the basic understanding of his job. And everything that we've been told about him, we know he doesn't read. We know he believes that he has the best opinion. We know he doesn't need facts. And so given that, he has really struggled to understand what his job is.
All right, Congresswoman Karen Bass, thank you so much for making a little time tonight.